Do you know what it means to be grief informed? Hi, I'm Kelly Daugherty with Center for Informed Grief. And I think it's really important for everyone to know what it does mean to be grief informed. Our society does not do a good job about talking about grief. And so I really want to help educate you so you can understand grief better. So you can help yourself maybe when you're grieving and to also help others that are grieving. The Dougy Center in Portland, Oregon came up with 10 principles of being grief informed. And I think these principles are great. And I think they're really important to share. The first principle is natural. Grief is a natural, normal process. Where there's great love, there's going to be great loss. And it's part of our human experience. If we live long enough, we're going to experience grief many times throughout our life. And although grief is really difficult and hard, it is normal and natural. Our society wants to try to put a Band-Aid on it and fix it, and maybe even give an antidepressant to try to solve it and take it away. But the reality is grief doesn't work that way. There's no research supporting that an antidepressant helps with grief. Grief is something that needs to be experienced and felt. I say all the time that we need to lean into our grief. And what that means is we need to sit with it, feel it, actually not try to avoid it. To talk about our loved one, to talk about memories, look at photos. And all of those things are really important. If you're supporting someone that's grieving, sit with them, listen to them, bring up their loved one's name. They're already sad. You're not going to make them more sad. And saying their name isn't going to make them cringe or make them more upset. It's actually going to make them feel better. Grief is really isolating. And we all too often grieve alone. So be there for them. And if you are grieving, maybe join a support group. Be around other people who know how difficult it is and can relate to what you're experiencing. So again, back to the first principle is natural, because grief is a natural process that we have to go through after a death of a loved one. So stay tuned for more. Thanks so much for following. Take care.